In a night that will be remembered for its sheer lawlessness and chaos, the streets of Leeds turned into a battleground as riotous thugs set ablaze a double-decker bus and overturned a police car, leaving the Harehills area in disarray. Residents were urged to stay indoors as the city grappled with scenes reminiscent of a war zone. The events, which began as a disturbance involving agency workers and children, quickly escalated into a violent clash with police, drawing hundreds of masked rioters to the scene. As the flames continue to burn and the smoke fills the air, we delve into the harrowing details of this night of shame. The trouble started on Luxor Street at around 5 p.m. when police responded to reports of a disturbance. Initially, the situation seemed manageable, involving agency workers and children. However, as tensions rose, a decision was made to remove the workers and children, sparking a violent reaction from the locals. What followed was an alarming escalation as large crowds gathered, fueled by anger and a thirst for chaos. Rioters, many wearing masks, took to the streets with a destructive frenzy, overturning a police car and using scooters, prams, and bikes to smash it to pieces. The mayhem didn't stop there. They set a bonfire in the middle of the road, using a large fridge to feed the flames while the crowd cheered. The violence soon spread, and images surfaced showing a double-decker bus reduced to a charred and twisted wreck. The destruction wasn't limited to the streets of Harehills. The entire city seemed to be under siege. The atmosphere grew increasingly tense as hooligans continued to pour into the area, some even live-streaming their rampage on social media. The audacity of the rioters was shocking, with children joining in the destruction and adults encouraging the chaos. As the night wore on, the scenes in Harehills grew more desperate. The area resembled a war zone, with multiple fires burning and plumes of smoke rising into the night sky. The scale of the disorder prompted a significant police response. Public order officers from West Yorkshire Police were deployed en masse, with reinforcements called in from South Yorkshire. A police helicopter hovered overhead, monitoring the situation and providing aerial support to the ground units. Despite the overwhelming presence of law enforcement, the police adopted a strategic approach to avoid further inflaming the situation. Officers refrained from directly engaging with the large, volatile crowd, instead focusing on containment and monitoring. The force issued a statement early in the morning, assuring residents that they were responding appropriately and that specialist public order resources were in attendance. They reiterated their commitment to investigating all criminal offenses and bringing those responsible to justice. Local political figures also weighed in on the situation, urging calm and condemning the violence. Councillor Salma Arif and Inspector Nichols from East Leeds made a joint video appeal, urging residents to stay indoors for their safety. Meanwhile, Mayor of West Yorkshire Tracy Brabin thanked the emergency services for their response and called for restraint, emphasizing the importance of not exacerbating community tensions. Prominent politicians offered different perspectives on the unrest. Nigel Farage linked the chaos to what he described as the politics of the subcontinent, drawing criticism from other MPs for inflaming the situation with misinformation. Alex Sobel, MP for Leeds Central and Headingley, and Home Secretary Yvette Cooper condemned the violence, with Cooper expressing her shock at the scenes and thanking the police for their efforts. The immediate impact on public transport was significant. First Bus, which operates Leeds bus services, confirmed that 2 of their vehicles were involved in the incident. One bus was set on fire, but fortunately, no passengers or drivers were injured. The company quickly diverted all services from the area, prioritizing the safety of their staff and customers. As dawn breaks over Leeds, the full extent of the night's destruction becomes apparent. The once peaceful streets of Harehills are now scarred by the charred remains of vehicles and the lingering stench of smoke. While no injuries have been reported, the psychological impact on the community is profound. The authorities face the daunting task of restoring order and investigating the causes of this unprecedented violence. As residents pick up the pieces, one thing is clear: the city must come together to heal and prevent such a night of shame from ever occurring again.